Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, the most independent channel in the YouTube. Here you have deep reflections about philosophy, religion, and schizophrenia, and much more. So today I'm talking to you a little bit about paranoia. So the psychoanalysis speaks a lot about neurotic people. Neurotic people are those who have a conflict, an unsolved conflict. It's something that the person wants to be, but the person cannot be because of their father or because of the customs of the society into this person lives, to which this person lives. So the classical case of neurotics would be the teenage who wants to be a gay person and the father doesn't like the idea. So you have the basic conflict there. And this person would go to psychoanalysis to solve this, to have the bravery of becoming a gay person and possibly also to have the skills of reconciling with his father. This would be a successful psychoanalytic case. But this had nothing to do with my life. My life was a total different experience, right? So I never had such conflicts. Never had. I even took many weird decisions in my life. For example, I read Zushi. Zushi is a Chinese philosopher, completely out of context. Nothing to do with the place I live in. Nothing at all. Zushi. My father is a well-read person, but he's unaware of Zushi either. So Zushi could be weird, could be not accepted, but I never felt like that. Even choosing to follow this difficult, this far away philosopher, this was never a problem to me. I want to say is that I never had this conflict that I wanted to be something and my father was against, or the society into which I live was against. Never had. So, for example, later in my life, I became religious. I started believing in God. All my life I was atheistic. My father is atheistic. But there was no problem telling my father I now was a religious person. No problem at all. So this was not the case. The problem of my life, if I can understand it, there are many actually, but one of the problems was much different from that. It was kind of that people would see in me that I had no life experience, that I was a childish person. In my teenage, it was really great, this problem, that my fellow schoolmates, they would they would consider me a child. And later on, even going through adulthood, even going almost to nowadays, I still felt like that I looked like as an inexperienced person, a person who had learned nothing from life, and a person who had nothing to contribute to the conversations. So if people are talking, there is nothing I can say that will be interesting for the conversation. So this is not all the time, but many times this happened. This feeling that through my countenance, through my blushing, or through some insecurity people could feel in me, people could feel somehow that I had no life experience, that I was a child, that inside me, there was an inner child inside me that had not evolved into an adult. This was the main problem in my life, not to look like an adult, right? And and it was almost funny because the solution for that, from my opinion, was much easier than it seemed to be in the past. It was just to be more confident. It was just to be more confident. It was just to believe that people have no real reason to call me a child. That is an unreasonable thing to suppose people judge me a child. Why would they? And even if they do, they are wrong. So I should not care about, right? The solution for this problem was much more a stoic solution than a psychoanalytic solution because according to Stoicism, you should not pay so much attention to the opinions of other people. These are called externals in their philosophy. Don't care about externals. You cannot control your externals. You cannot possibly know what really is in the minds of people around you. So don't mind so much about the externals. Mind about yourself. Take care about your introspection. Take care about your own reasoning, not minding what people may be judging you all the time. So it's a rather simple solution for a complex problem because it is a complex problem that affects me and many people with schizophrenia. We feel like we are seen like children. We feel like people regard us as unexperienced people, uninteresting people, boring people, or whatever, because we have not learned anything interesting from life. We have no life experience. But this is a myth. This is not really true. And at the moment that you care less about other people's opinions, that is the moment these opinions start bothering you less and even themselves diminishing. Because as people notice you are more confident, people will be less likely, much less likely to bully you as a child. It's a matter of confidence many times. And the Stoic solution is actually the best one here. You just disregard the opinions of those who are trying to bully you out of this or that. They are the foolish ones. They are the foolish ones. They are the idiots. They are the children, not you, right? The children are those who call you a child, not yourself. Stop caring so much about the externals. So this is the Stoic lesson that many people with schizophrenia should take. To care less about externals. You don't control them. They don't understand you. You cannot even think that you make them understand you. They won't. They'll never understand you. There's no problem with that. Let them laugh by themselves. Let them do whatever by themselves. You're not a child. That's okay, right? And if you blush, and maybe you still blush, you should not be ashamed of being ashamed. That's another tricky thing. Because if you're ashamed of being ashamed, shame comes in double. And you become much more red than if you just are ashamed for the first reason. Right? So blushing is also normal. If you blush, that's okay. Never mind. The problem is that you blush about your blushing. And the blushing. So that you get tremendously ashamed. That is the problem. If shame comes, it's okay. It's part of life. Never mind. So this is the lesson. Do not mind so much about externals. People's opinions are not entitled to disrupt you, to damage you seriously. No, right? Never mind about this kind of thing. And you start living a much more pleasant life, right? As the Stoics used to say, you can live a good life. Life can be meaningful. Life can be good, right? And one of the process you have to go through to make your life good in the eyes of the Stoics is exactly this one, right? Never mind if people seem to be judging you this or that. They are the children. Remember that. This is the lesson I learned in my life. And this improved my life a lot. That those who try to shame me are the ones to be ashamed, right? This is a difficult lessons maybe, but we need to learn it in order to have a better life, in order to enjoy our lives, because our lives are meant to be enjoyed. That's something people still forget. Life for them is so bad that they forget that life is supposed to be good. We're supposed to enjoy our lives. Yes, we do. Life is good. And one of the pillars of a good life is not to mind so much about externals, as the Stoics used to say. Right? So for today, this is my reflection here. Continue to follow me. Subscribe to my channel. Please help me. This is the most independent channel. This is a very interesting channel. You will find here a lot of philosophy and religion and schizophrenia and art and so much more. Continue with me. Bye-bye for now.